sorry. Okay, how about now? Do we have sound now? It's just one of those days. So yeah, if you're watching on Facebook, you probably already know I ran into some technical difficulties. Facebook wasn't behaving and I had to restart, and I hate it when that happens because you're all ready to go. You got your coffee, your video's up, and then all of a sudden, bam, it's gone. And technology sometimes is a wonderful thing. So hopefully you guys can hear me now. And we'll start back at the beginning, where I just welcome you guys on board, and still no sound. Can you guys still not hear me? Because I still see some comments saying that there's... Okay, YouTube has sound. Facebook, do you have sound? Somebody shout out. Tell me, can you hear me? All right. Oh, boy. This is not good. Okay, yes. Thank you, Sabrina. Sabrina says she has sound. Yes. Okay. If you can't hear, back out, come back in if you're on Facebook. I'm getting on YouTube. So we are broadcasting simultaneously, live, live from my studio to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So I'm seeing comments on both here. And I've got, yay, thank you guys. Thank you. Okay. So I do have a lot of sound. Okay. I do apologize. I forgot to turn the mic on in the beginning. So we're back. Yes, I think everything is working now. All right, so we are going to be creating those beautiful cards I flashed from the Tranquil Tulips stamp set, which is a hostess stamp set. I'm going to tell you about the stamp set in a minute. And because this is actually a blog hop day, which means you get to double your pleasure and double your fun. And in addition to the online class, you're going to want to pop over to my blog after, which is linked on this video's description, and you are going to want to take the blog hop tour. We have two different giveaways today. One is for my online class, which you're going to want to leave a comment to enter. I'm going to show you those giveaways. They're awesome, of course. And we have a blog hop giveaway from my group. Now, that is a little different entry. That you're going to want to pop over to my blog and leave a comment for. And I'll tell you about that in a second. But let's show you what I got for today for giveaways. All right, so down to the table. And thank you guys. I'm glad that you guys could find me again. I really do apologize for the technical difficulties if you're on Facebook. YouTubers, you were great. YouTube was great this morning. Usually it's YouTube that I have the issues with, but that was smooth as pie. But Facebook, nope. Decided it wasn't going to come on the scheduled time. It was going to come on right away, and then I couldn't fix it, and I lost everything. And I'm so sorry, but thanks for finding me again. Okay, I'm giving away the Tranquil Tulips Hostess stamp set. This is a very hard stamp set to get. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. It's a Hostess stamp set available in the current catalog. And what a Hostess stamp set is, it's one that you can't buy. The only time we're ever allowed to buy Hostess stamp sets and pay for them is if you're a demonstrator during a pre-order period before the catalog comes out, which means next month in May, we might be able to buy next catalog's Hostess stamp sets, but it's only for 1 month. After that, they're only available free, right? Oh, we hate free. We hate free, don't we? Never, said no one, ever. And when you earn them free, you can earn them, if you place a $150 order in my store, you get what's called Stampin' Rewards. And Stampin' Rewards gets you Hostess stamp sets. And so this Tranquil Tulips is one of those Hostess stamp sets that you could choose if you wanted to. However, not everybody can place a $150 order. There's other ways to do it. You can combine orders with a friend. You can join my VIP online club. That's another way to get it. And today only, you can earn it free with this video. So I'm giving 3 sets away live. 3 of this Hostess hard to get Tranquil Tulip stamp set that I'm using live on this video. All you need to do is leave a comment on the video. At the 10-minute mark, I'm going to draw a winner for 1 set. And then at the end of the video, I'll draw 2 more winners. And then don't forget, pop on over to my blog where my Stampin' Demonstrator group is giving away the Lots of Happy card kit. Now to enter that, it's slightly different. That it's a blog comment entry. They're all free, but there's different ways to enter. The live is leaving a comment on this video. And if you are taking the blog hop tour, you have multiple chances to win this, but you have to leave a comment on my blog with the hashtag, that's a # hashtag, Stamp It Contest, all one word, lowercase. And it does say that right on here. It also says it on the blog. You need to include that in your comment because we search on that search term to pull our comments for the giveaway. All right, so we got lots of great stuff to give away. My Stampin' Demonstrator group has been busy making Mother's Day projects. If you've ever taken our blog up before, you know Their projects are over the top. Like, they probably make mine look like little child's play kindergarten projects compared to some of the ones that they have on the Blog Hop. So not only do you want to stay tuned for the class, but you also want to stay tuned for the Blog Hop. So welcome aboard, all of you who finally found me, who popped in a little bit late, just talking about what we're giving away. And it's the Tranquil Tulips stamp set. There is one more way that you can earn this Tranquil Tulips stamp set, or any Hostess stamp set, and that is with my frequent buyer point program. If you are a customer of mine and you place an order in my online store using my Hostess code, every $25 you spend in my store, you get a frequent buyer point from me. And you collect those and you get free stamp sets. And it can be any current stamp set that you would like, including those very hard to get Hostess stamp sets. So that's how a lot of you get them, actually, is with my frequent buyer point program, because it's the easiest way to get them, right? You just collect your points and then you turn them in for those stamp sets that are too expensive, that you didn't have the money to buy, but you earned it with your orders over the year. So it's a great way to get them. All the information on that is on my blog, stampwithtami.com, and you can click on the video's description as well to get that. And there's also, I think, a shop link there. So every time you shop, you get those points. All right, so let's be in the know. Let's see what's happening in stamping world. Right now, it's the retirement period where we are transitioning to a brand new product line. Every year we do this annually. We have a new catalog, a new annual catalog. It's like 200 and something pages. It's amazing, right? You can get it free on my blog. Click on the link in the description, and there's information on how to get it. And we have a retirement list, which means the old stuff that's going to make room for the new stuff. It's selling out fast. If you haven't got your favorites, you need to get them now. So, because the things are selling out. Stamp sets will stick around to almost the end of May, but all of the accessories and embellishments, papers, and all that, they don't. Once they sell out, they sell out. Donna says, I don't know how to do a blog hop. There really is no skills required for this, Donna. Click on the link in the video's description above that says click here for blog hop, and then the instructions are there, and the links are there, and it tells you how to do it. All the instructions are there. It's quick, it's easy, and the ideas are worth it. Plus, you get a chance to win if you leave a comment. The other thing that's happening right now that you can combine with that retirement list is the clearance rack refresh. And I have to give you a little side note. What we're looking at here in the clearance rack refresh, I have not updated that since the last online class. So some of the things you see there may already be gone. They're going fast. These are just discontinued items that they had overstock on, that they threw on really cheap. You can get them in my online store. You can combine them with retirement list products. And hey, if your order happens to get over $150, throw in that Tranquil Tulips stamp set for free. All right, so this is the set we're using today. Also, if you're watching this after the set's no longer available, because it will only be available till the end of May, or you weren't able to get it in time for whatever reason, I have a great substitute for you. And that is the Bunch of Blossom stamp set. That one's not retiring. It's carrying over. It's a beautiful stamp set, and it's a great substitute if you don't have this Tranquil Tulip stamp set. All right, so let's get started with the stamping. And Rebecca had a question. She said, I've ordered with you this year. Do I still have to request a catalog? Rebecca, the information on free catalogs is on my blog. Click on the catalogs page, or actually on the retirement list or any of those pages. And it explains the details. If you've placed a certain amount, you automatically get it. If you haven't, there's information on how to get it there too. I got it all there. It's all on the blog. Okay, so don't forget, leave a comment. You're going to enter to win the Tranquil Tulips stamp set that I'm giving away. We got about one more minute before I give away the first one. The first one's going to be an early bird drawing, and I will give that away first. And while we're waiting for that 1 minute to go, I'm going to tell you about the free PDF. So here's the cards we're making today. This is like a spotlighting kind of eclipse technique here. This is the eclipse technique. And this one was just a definite pop, just awesome. The colors, everything, just quick, easy, and awesome. So these are the 3 cards in the 3-card set we're making today. Again, you could switch out Happy Mother's Day to make it for make this good for another occasion. You might have to change the letters that we make the eclipse card for if you wanted to make this for something else, because obviously that does say Mom, unless you wanted to make it say wow. You could do that. So very important, every time I have an online class, I have a free PDF that accompanies it. It is now available, by the way. I put the link up so I wouldn't forget early, but with a disclaimer saying it wouldn't be, that link wouldn't work until the blog hop goes live, which was when my live started at 10 this morning Eastern time. It's up there now. You can click on that link. It works. You can get the free PDF. It's got all the measurements for the cards that we're using today. It also has a supply list and a place there for you to leave some notes on everything that we're using. And I even have the substitute stamp set there in case you didn't have Tranquil Tulips and wanted to sub. So that is a great resource to keep. I have them for every online class. And the links are very easy. They're right in the description, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. Quick and easy to get to. I like to make things easy for you. Okay, so before we start our stamping, I know you guys are excited. Let's see who's won the first Tranquil Tulip stamp set in our early bird drawing. All right, so we're going to pop over to our drawing site here, and I need to make sure that it has the right post up here just because I did have to restart, so I don't want it to pick from the wrong one. And good luck for all of you who have left a comment. How you guys found us. Yay, there's a lot of comments on there. Oh, wow. All right. Well, welcome aboard, everybody. And thanks already for being a part of our class. This is so fun. Okay, so it is Darcy Dutton. Congratulations, Darcy. Be sure to fill out the prize claim form. You have won the first Tranquil Tulip stamp set. Now, if you're not Darcy, you still have 2 more chances to win. Never fear. I have 2 more stamp sets to give away at the end of this broadcast. All right, so it's time to start some stamping. I can't wait. I love these cards. The colors, everything, they're so beautiful. Okay, so we are going to start with our basic card. I know this doesn't look very basic, does it? But you're going to be pretty surprised at how quick and easy this one goes together. Quick and easy, they all go together. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. The 2 stamp sets we're using here, as I mentioned earlier, is the Tranquil Tulip stamp set, which is a 2-step stamp set, which means you stamp 2 pieces on top of each other to create this look. Super easy to do. The other stamp set, and this one's probably one of next to Lovely as a Tree, my oldest stamp sets in my drawer, and I have a wood mount. That's how old it was. We only had wood mount when I bought this. Now we have clear mount and photopolymer stamp sets, which are clear, and we have all kinds of options for you. Anyways, the wood mount ones don't stand up, so you can't read everything that's in there, but you can see this in my online store. Now, I am going to give you a huge disclaimer on this. The Teeny Tiny Wishes stamp set that I'm about to use that has all of these sayings in it, including Happy Mother's Day, is retiring. And so that means it's only available till the end of May. And you're going to want to get it because this is it's been a staple. It's been a staple in my collection for so long. I'm actually kind of sad that it's going. I'm really surprised that it was on the list. But it's got every occasion in here. So you can swap out Happy Mother's Day and make this card good for any occasion. Okay. So 2 retiring stamp sets that we're using today. And the one that's not retiring, the substitute Bunch of Blossoms, in case you don't have Tranquil Tulips, you can substitute Bunch of Blossoms and get a very, very similar look here. Okay, so we're going to start with our stamping. First, I've got a scrap piece of paper. I'm going to bring it in just a little bit. Okay. And for those of you that don't have it, you still have time to get it. You do still have time to get it. And Arita is asking, how do you get to the blog? There's a link in the video's description. Click on the link. Actually, there's a couple of links to it, or stampwithtami.com. Okay, so we have here 3 large flowers and 5 of the smaller flowers. There are 2 steps, actually 3 steps. It doesn't matter. I'm doing this on scrap paper. I'm sorry. Scrap Whisper White, but I'm also putting scrap paper. Actually, I don't need the scrap paper underneath, do I? Okay. I'm using Berry Burst is the color that we're using here. I'm going to start with the large outline of the stamp, and let me show you on the stamp set. Here we go. That's this one. Okay, so this one, and then this one stamps on top of it. So we're using the large for the 3 larger ones, the solid stamp. I'm going to stamp that 3 times. And then I'm going to take that smaller detailed piece and stamp it right above. Okay. That's a lot of stamping. Is it? Is it really? Is there ever too much stamping? Never! Never! There's no such thing. Look how quick that was. Boom. All right, so next we're going to take the smaller flower, and we're going to stamp the solid one, and then we'll stamp the detailed one on top of it. I want 5 of those. You can make your garden as full, or maybe you can make it a little bit less full if you don't want as many flowers, but I love this one. I love it. So now I'm stamping that. This is what's called the two-step stamp. And you know what? If I had my Stamparatus, it would be even easier. But because this is a photopolymer stamp set, which means it's clear, I can see through it and I can see exactly where to line that up. If you're not familiar with the Stamparatus, stay tuned. It's coming. It's the most amazing positioning tool ever. It'll be coming out in June. So I'm taking the Memento Black, or any black, and I'm stamping. This is a little, one of these little doodads. There's a word for it. Somebody can shout it out. For the center of the flowers. I'm doing the same one on all of them. You can swap it up if you want to do different ones for the smaller flowers, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to do the same on all of them. Okay, so we have all of our flowers, and then we're just going to cut them out. Now, you might have heard me say this, I love this part. It's a little therapeutic. It's kind of like coloring for me. Take your paper snips, and you just trim out. They're very easy to cut. There's not a lot of detail there. You just kind of swoop around, and boom, your flowers are done. So once you got those cut out, through the magic of live stream video, boom, I have them all cut out and ready to go. Don't you love that? I love magic. You know, I'm going to wave my wand and boom. They're all ready for us. Okay, so next, stamens. Thank you. Thank you, Linda and Alice, for knowing what those were called. Tina agrees. Stamping in general is just therapeutic. Okay, so we are going to take a little piece of scrap paper here because I am going to stamp off the bottom edge of this. Okay, so I've got Whisper White. Again, all of these measurements are on that free PDF that are on my blog, which you can click on the link in the video's description to get there if you are new and not familiar with my blog. I have it there. It's stampwithtami.com, but just click on the links. Doesn't matter if you're YouTube or Facebook, they're all there. So we've got Old Olive now. Old Olive, I am going to stamp 3 of these. There's like a trio of stems. We're going to do 3 of those. Now, if you wanted maybe less of a garden here, maybe not quite so many flowers, you might want to stamp less stems. I'm going to stamp that one a little bit higher than these 2. I don't know, just cause I'm doing something a little different. We're going rogue. It's okay. And then there's 2 different leaves that I'm going to use here, and I'm just going to interchange them. It's these 2 right here that I'm using. I don't know, I just thought it was kind of fun to mix them up a little bit, give you a little bit of a different look. And those just stamp, and this is Old Olive is the color I'm using here. Again, that is on that free PDF, the colors. Okay. These cards would work for just about any occasion. You are correct. You are correct, Sue. Thank you. Yes. And the beautiful thing about the Teeny Tiny Wishes stamp set that we're using for the words is that they have just about every occasion in it. So you can just swap out the words that are in it for whatever the occasion is. Alrighty. So we've got our main base panel stamped. We're just going to stamp the words. And you know what? I've done Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day is on there. Let me do something different. I'll probably give this away after. So maybe I will take that Teeny Tiny Wishes stamp set. And we could do for the newlyweds if it was for a wedding. You know what I think I'm going to do, since this will probably end up being a card I send to the winners of the Tranquil Tulip stamp set. Maybe, ooh, a thank you. Let's see what else is in there. What do you guys think? What do we think for words here? I've got Happy New Year. Don't think that one's appropriate today. How about friend to friend or thank you? Let's do thank you. Sure. We'll do a little thank you on there. Why not? Okay. So I'm going to swap that Mother's Day out for thank you. That's how quick and easy that is to swap out the words. Okay. And we're going to stamp that in the top of the card there. All right. So now, believe it or not, our card is done. I wasn't joking when I said it was quick, right? All right. So I've pre-cut all the layers. And all of the layers are actually the same. These are all exactly the same on all 3 cards today. So we're going to use snail. Actually, let's see. I'm going to use snail to attach these 2 panels together, but then I might use dimensionals to pop it up off the card because I like a lot of pop on my cards, but if you like your cards flat, you could use snail on both of those layers. You could go either way with that. It's all personal preference. So we've got some Stampin' Dimensionals that I have left over from one of my paper pumpkin kits. Love me some paper pumpkin kits. Okay, and Marilyn's asking, do you prefer wood-mounted stamps? I do not. And I'm not sure if you caught the beginning. The reason why my Teeny Tiny Wishes is a wood mount stamp set is because it's so old. It's been in the catalog so long, and I bought it so long ago. We didn't have clear mount stamp sets when I bought that. We didn't have the clear rubber. We didn't have not clear rubber, it's clear mount rubber, and we didn't have the clear photopolymer stamp sets. That's all we had at the time was wood. That's the old-fashioned kind. There are some of you out there, though, some of you have expressed that wood is your thing and you love wood. Personally, I like the storage. I don't have a lot of storage space. And so I prefer the clear mount. And let me show you why the storage is an issue there. So this is a wood set. The wood sets come with the wood blocks. And this is a clear mount set, the tulips. So when they're on my shelf, these clear mounts stack up right next to each other, or in the photopolymer, and these wood mounts. The wood mounts come in different boxes now. This is actually an old style box. That's how old mine is. It's very old. But they're still bigger, but they're like twice as big, and they take up more room on the shelf. And so personally, and because the Stamparatus will be coming out, the Stamp Positioner tool, I love them for that too, because you can't use the wood mount on the Stamparatus. All right, so I am going to keep going with these. We're going to put some dimensionals on the back of all of these flowers because that's what's really going to make them pop. What's beautiful about Stampin' Up! Is that they make it all. They make the stamp sets for everybody, because there are some of you out there that are still wood people, that like the wood mount. And there are a lot of us out there that would prefer the clear mount or the actual clear stamp sets. And we make all of them. Like we don't make you choose. You can, you can get wood mount, you can get clear mount. And I think that's wonderful. I love that we have that choice. Okay. Hi, Linda is asking how the new craft area is coming. It's actually not a craft area. It's my office. I've moved back into my office last week. I should have put a picture in for you guys to see. I will in the next online class. I'll show you the new office. And I know you guys know I got kind of behind because it was quite a big project. It took about 3 months to get it all complete. But it's almost all done now. And tomorrow is our monthly Stamp It online demonstrator meeting, which I'll be doing from the new office, which I'm pretty excited about. Yeah, so we'll get a quick, I don't know, I might do a quick little tour. We might do our swap from there on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, Linda and I are doing the Stampin' Scoop show, and we will be doing that a swap. The Share What You Love early release bundle will be released on Tuesday. So we're going to do our swap live. And you will be able to, we might do it from the office if it works. I have to see if that logistically can work. But so maybe I'll get to show it off then. I'm pretty excited about it. Okay, I wish it was a stamp space. I do not have a stamp space. If you were wondering, I don't have one. I wish I did. My dining room is my stamp space, which is why I like those clear mount stamp sets, because they don't take up a lot of room and they fit in my china cabinet. Someday I would like to have my own stamp space, but I don't have one yet. There it is. Done, right? All done. So beautiful, right? Amazing. Love it. Love it. So these are the two cards. We have Happy Mother's Day, and then I just stamped different words on this one to make it a thank you card. So that is our first project for today. So super excited about these cards. So next, I don't know which one to do next. Should we do the regular eclipse or the square eclipse? Which one do you guys think? Do you want to do this one or this one next? Not that it matters. They're both beautiful. But let's do this one next. And we'll save the square for last. It's hip to be square. Don't make me sing. You won't like it. Okay, so next up, we're going to go with the Mom Eclipse card. Now this one, again, the Tranquil Tulips. And if you're tuning in late, I'm just gonna flash this up here real quick. If you are tuning in late, a fantastic substitute for the Tranquil Tulip stamp set is the bunch of blossoms for these projects. If you didn't have Tranquil Tulips and weren't able to get it in time, And I did go over some great ways to get these hostess stamp sets. My Frequent Buyer Point program is one of them, so that you can get all the stamp sets you want. Okay, now this one we're going to stamp right on our piece of paper. So we're going to bring this scrap piece of paper back in. We're going to stamp, everything's going to be flat right on here. So I've got Berry Burst, Old Olive, and Memento. I know these colors are beautiful together. I totally agree, Diana. She says she loves the color. All right. So now I'm going to take the stem from the stamp set. So it's one, just, I took this long stem right here, and that's the stem that I'm going to be using on these cards. So I almost think I'm going to stamp the flowers first for placement. I'm going to start with one of the larger ones. So just to show you on the stamp set, it's this image right here that I'm stamping. One larger one in the center. And then I'm going to stamp, it's a two-step stamp set, so these go on top of each other. So I'm going to stamp this one right on top. Donna says she's obsessed with these eclipse cards. I kind of am too lately. I love them. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing with the smaller stamp sets. So solid and then the detailed on top. So we're going to put those down here. It is good to go off the edge for this because it gives it the look of motion, gives it a little interest. I am intentionally doing that. Okay. And then we're going to take that stem that I just showed you and stamp that in the Old Olive. I don't have leaves on this one, but you could stamp leaves if you wanted to. I preferred this card to be a little bit plainer when you're doing this eclipse technique with the large letter dies. And I'll show you why. I made the card a little bit busier when I first made it. So this is the one that we're doing a little bit plainer. So that the letters really jump out at you. Oh, they literally jump out at you because that O just literally jumped out. That O. All right, so this is my original, was very busy and the letters got lost. The eclipse got lost in it. So I really thought it popped better when it was less busy. That was my opinion. That's up to you if you want to do a little bit more. Add a little bit more to it. Okay, so the next step, that's all the stamp. Actually, no, we got to add our little stamen. Is that what these guys are? Got to add them in there. Okay. You're looking at the whole image. Yes? No? I see the whole image. Sorry. Somebody's asking me to push it up, but I hate to go out too far because I really want you to see it. But you're looking at it all. It's all on there. Okay, it's just hard for me to get everything in. All right, so next up we're going to do some big shot work. Now we are going to back up for that. Okay. All right, so... Mackenzie's giving me instructions on how to push up the layer. Okay. All right. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. I think we were on there. I do like to close up sometimes when we're doing something that I think it's better to see close up. This particular thing we're going to back out a little bit on because it's the big shot. And I want you to see the whole screen. All right. So we are using the large letter dies here. It's a full alphabet with some punctuation. And we're going to take the M and the O for Mom. Again, if you wanted this to be for a different occasion, you could use other letters here because they're all in there. This is a fabulous, fabulous die set. All right, so I started with the O, placing that right in the center. Okay. And then the M, touching it on one side. We do have to run it through a second time for, I've lost a cutting pad. What have I done? There it is, underneath everybody. I was like, I couldn't have gone too far. I have my little Big Shot organizer behind me, my little monitor stand that I was showing you guys. Everything's right in there, so I don't lose anything anymore. Okay, so we're just going to crank that through. And these pop right out. So we're going to just put our letters up here for now. There's the M, and there's the O, and we want the center to the O too. There's a little center that popped out of the O right here. We want that as well. So don't throw that out. Okay, I'm going to take a little paper piercer on there. Yes, that is, Donna is just reminding everybody that the large numbers that accompany these large letters are retiring. Which is really sad because they were great for birthday cards, because you could actually put like 50 or 25 for the birthdays on it, or 4 or 3 or 2 if you have a toddler. Yeah, I was sad about that part. Okay. Sue wants me to use the letters S-U-E for her. That's cute. You absolutely can do that, Sue. Or, you know, if you were making it for somebody else named Sue. All right. Sorry, Sue. I would have done that if I hadn't already started with M-O-M. Mom. All right. Hopefully my mom's not watching, because she's probably going to get this for Mother's Day. Sorry, Mom. Don't peek. All right. So, move our Big Shot to the side, and here's our pieces. Now, the beautiful thing about this is all we have left is assembly. You just want to make sure that your letters are lined up. Now, see how it's kind of far away? This is why I like to zoom in. I feel like you really want to see kind of what I'm doing here. Okay, so make sure everybody's lined up. And then we're going to do some assembly. All right, so we've got card base. We're using Berry Burst for our panel here. Now, these 2 panels I'm going to use snail to attach together. Just like I did with the last card, I'm going to take dimensionals to attach these 2 to the card base. This whole panel, once it's together, to the card base. Okay, yay, thanks. I'm glad you guys like it. Okay, that's funny, Freedom. So she likes that cracking sound. There's something satisfying about it with the Big Shot. Which is so funny, because normally if somebody's new and has never used the Big Shot before and doesn't know that that's a normal sound, they freak out. The first time anybody's in a class and they use the Big Shot, they think they broke something. Like, it's supposed to make that noise. It's supposed to crack. It's actually the plates that do that. But the first time somebody hears it, they're like, oh my gosh, and they don't want to touch it again because they're afraid they broke it. You did not break it. That is exactly how it's supposed to sound. That's actually a healthy sound, like Freedom says. It's something satisfying about it. There's always something satisfying about the Big Shot. Okay, now, the other thing we're going to do before we start with the letters is put the O. Now, no adhesive on the back of the O, the main part of the O for this. Only adhesive on the center piece. This is how I line it up. I put that O in there just to line it up where that center piece is supposed to go, and then pop the letter back out again. There we go. So, even that's a beautiful card, right? Without even putting the letters back in, that's a beautiful card. But we want to put those letters back in. Okay, so we're just going to flip them over so they're on the back side. And then I've got some adhesive strip. This is the key, really, for the Eclipse card. For both of the Eclipse cards that we're going to do today is these adhesive strips. So we are going to pull out a sheet of those. Now, I'm going to cheat and go ahead and take the adhesive backing off, because there's something nerve-wracking about peeling adhesive when you're live. I don't know what it is. But whenever I'm live and I'm trying to peel that adhesive backing off the back, I get nervous. You see me shake. It's true. Don't make fun of me. Okay, you can make fun of me if you want to. I'm okay with it. All right, so I am just sticking this down. These are called adhesive strips, and they are available in my online store. I'm just sticking the strips right down. These are also great when you're making shaker cards. But they are the key to this type of Eclipse card, to making it pop. Haha, Bernie says she can't live without these strips. I know, they are awesome. They really are. Okay, and then we're going to need a couple more pieces for this end. So I'm just going to peel off. I'm not going to take a whole strip, although we will probably use a little bit more on the next card. I'm going to have to peel it back on this live. Okay, you guys, go easy on me. Go easy on me. All right. So we've got our adhesive strips on here, and you just want to make sure the backing is off on all of them. Like so. Oh, look at that. That one came right off. Hey, and you know what? I just noticed that my nail polish matches. That was a happy accident. I did not realize I was getting berry burst. How about that? Okay, yes, these are retiring tests. If you popped in late, these are retiring stamp sets. And if you, after the video, go back to the beginning, I'll explain to you how you can get the Tranquil Tulip stamp set. Okay, and also the substitute stamp set. All right, that is how, once you peel the backing off, these just kind of piece right back into your card, and that's it. They're just super easy. Super easy. Sorry, I tried to move that. It didn't work out so well. Okay. And there's our eclipse card. Our first eclipse card. So we have 2 eclipse cards today. One of them is more like a spot letter. Oh, you mean are the letter... They're not stamps. The letters are dies. The letter dies are not retiring, but the number dies that go along with the letters are retiring. I'm not using the numbers today, but there's something that we use a lot with with birthdays. Those are retiring, but not the letters. Okay, so, all right, we are going to have our third card. This is our final card in our class today. And don't forget, if you leave a comment, you are entered to win the drawing for a free Tranquil Tulip stamp set. I have 2 of them to give away at the end of this episode. And this is my blog hop projects, this set. And so after we're done, you're going to want to pop over to my blog at the link in the video's description, or stampwithtami.com, and go to check out my team's projects, because their projects are even better than mine. Their projects are over the top. Just love them. Love them. And we have a special giveaway for you guys. Okay. All right. So our last card, again, all the measurements are on the free PDF. We are using the Tranquil Tulips, and if you are just popping on now, a good substitution for the Tranquil Tulip stamp set is the Bunch of Blossoms stamp sets. In case you don't have this one handy, you could substitute Bunch of Blossoms and do a very similar look. Okay, so here we go. We are going to use the same stamp sets for the 2-step stamping here. Just a hair. And this time we're not going off the edge, so we don't need any scrap paper. We're using the same ink pad colors, Berry Burst and Old Olive. And I'm going to stamp our flowers first. So 1 large, the solid part of the large, which is this one. We're going to stamp it in the upper right, and then stamp the detailed part of that one right below it. I love the 2 steps because they just make it so easy to make something dimensional and multicolored even sometimes. Okay, so now we're doing the smaller one, which is this solid first. You know what? I want the stem because I want them to line up with the stem. So let's stamp the 3 stem that we're doing now in Old Olive. And that might go off the edge. I probably should have stamped the stem first. So let's get some scrap paper in here. All right, so it's all right if it does go off the edge. You guys can still get the point. Okay, now we're going to stamp those little guys. So my recommendation would be on this particular card, stamp that stem first, so you know where to line up the flower, so it lines up right. But it's all good in the end, right? It's all good. Okay. Oh, Vilka, thank you. She says thank you for all you do for us. You guys are awesome. Thank you right back for watching. You guys know how much I love doing these classes. You are my why. I love being here. I love doing these. And I love sharing with you guys. Okay, so Memento black ink. Oh, thank you. Linda says, of all the Tranquil Tulips ideas she has seen, these are the best. Thank you so much for that. And we are going to do some leaves, same leaves that we did before. There's 2 different leaves here in Old Olive. So I'm going to do the funky little leaf with a little turned up end there, and then I'll do one of the other leaves just for a little variety there. Just stamp it to the side. And we'll keep going with the, since we have the thank you out, and because somebody was just asking about retiring stuff, this is the Teeny Tiny Wishes. Mine is a super old set. I mean, we don't even have these cases anymore. It's so old. This is retiring. Teeny Tiny Wishes is retiring. It is the best set because you can swap out. My original cards all had Happy Mother's Day from the set. Right now I'm stamping thank yous because I'm going to give these away to whoever wins the Tranquil Tulips stamp set. So I'm going to stamp a thank you for watching and for being a part of our online class right there. Thank you to all of you for being a part of the fun today. And then we are going to do the technique. All right, so we're going to bring that big shot right back in here. And the two die sets, we're using two today, is the layering squares dies and the stitch shapes. So I'm taking the square from the stitch shapes. And if you are in my VIP online club this month, we use stitch shapes, and we did some beautiful things with the Remarkable You stamp set. And I showed you how to make a rectangle out of this. So that was a fun thing we did with the online club this month. So we're going to use these two stamp sets to make the frame. It is, in case you were wondering, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fifth smallest square from the, this is the fifth smallest square from the layering squares and the largest stitch shape. Okay, I know I can't believe Teeny Tiny Wishes is retiring either. I'm pretty sad about it. I think that and Lovely as a Tree are my oldest stamp sets in my collection, and they're both so old. They have those old style cases. Okay. All right, so I've got the magnetic platform on the Big Shot today, in case you were wondering, but you could also use the platform that comes with it, and could go either way with that. Sometimes, though, if you're not using the magnetic platform, you want to use a little posty note to hold your dies down so they don't move. I'm doing both of these at the same time, this frame, at the same time. And I'm going to move it down. Let's see, to a little framed focal point there. Right about there is good. And one cutting pad on top, and we will cut that out. Sharon says you love that I'm a lefty. You're all lefties when you're watching me. You righties are probably getting dizzy watching me stamp with my left hand. All right, so when we open this up, we're going to have three pieces. We're going to have our main base. Coming back down on you. We have our main base, then we have our frame layer, which I'll peel out of here kind of simply, and then we have our insert. If they are a little tight, you can use your paper piercer to peel that out. The thing I loved about the stitch shape is the actual stitching around it. Now this would normally have cut out a square, but because I put that square die in the middle of it, it cut out a frame. So cool, right? Super cool. Okay. Alrighty, so just put these over here for now. And we are ready to complete our card. And that is with the same layers. Again, these are all on the free PDF that are on my blog. I did cut this one a little different. No, I cut them all the long way. Okay. Did I cut them all the long way? Yes, I did. I cut them all the long way, but the other two were landscape and this one is portrait. So the measurements are all the same. I didn't say pokey tool, huh? It is a pokey tool, though. All right, so a little snail adhesive attaches these two panels. Oops, got a little, I am going to say doodad. Got a little doodad there. Together, and then I'm going to take those same Stampin' Dimensionals to attach this to the card base. You could use snail if you like your things more flat, but I like them more puppy. I like them to just jump out off the page at you. Okay. Oh, my fellow lefties out there giving a little shout out. You know, I'm just reading that Somebody's saying they wanted to pick up some extra shifts at work so they could get these awesome letter dies. Another great way to get those dies at a great deal is to sign up to be a demonstrator, because you can get them in your demonstrator kit. And then you can get a discount on things. So that is just another alternative to get things way cheaper. We all love a discount. Okay, so I'm just placing that frame in there for placement so we know where to put the centerpiece in, and that's going flat with snail. The centerpiece only. Not the frame has no adhesive on it yet. I just want to use it to place so we know how to line up that centerpiece so it gets lined up perfectly. All right, and then we are going to go back to those strips. These are the adhesive strips. And we're just going to place those on. You know what? I'm going to do the same thing I did before and just peel off that backing before I get going, because then you won't have to watch me struggle to get it off. All right, so I'm just going to layer that around our frame. Now, it's because it's not really a shaker card, this is more of an eclipse card that we're doing here. It's okay if it doesn't do the full length, but you do want to get at least a little bit on all four sides, even if you don't have a full amount. If you were doing a shaker card, you would need that to go all the way around, but we don't have any confetti inside to pop out. Not at least not on this one. Okay. And then that just layers right on top. And our card is complete. Yay! So that is the third card in our 3-card set of Tranquil Tulips. And the fun's not over here. Let me pull in the rest of the cards here that we just made. The fun's not over because this is my Stampin' Demonstrator Group's blog hop. You can just pop over to my blog at the link in the video's description, the one that says click here for blog hop, and take our Stampin' Demonstrator Group's blog hop. Now notice, these two say both Happy Mother's Day and thank you. So this just shows how you can go either way with that. Let's back out so you can see them all together. And then what this means is it is time for a giveaway. So if you have left a comment, you are automatically entered into my giveaway. And I am giving away 2 of these Tranquil Tulip stamp sets at the end. I gave one away at the 10-minute marker. That's our early bird. So we have 2 more to give away. And good luck to everybody. The first winner is, drum roll. The first winner is Marjorie Carol Beecher. Congratulations, Marjorie. And the second winner is Angela Nielsen. All right, so Angela, Marjorie, and Darcy, be sure to fill out the prize claim form at the link in this video's description. Now, there is another prize here. This one is a little bit of a different entry. This is for my Stampin' Demonstrator Group blog hop, and the entry for this is to leave a comment on my stampwithtami.com blog on the blog hop with the hashtag, that's #, Stampit Contest, all one word. It's written here. It's explained on the blog hop as well. There are links to all of my demonstrator groups that participated in our Mother's Day blog hop this month on that blog hop page, and how to take the tour. You are going to want to get all over there, check out their awesome projects, and Linda and I will see you back here on Tuesday with the early release bundle that you'll be able to get on Tuesday, doing a card swap with some amazing ideas. We'll be doing that live on the Stampin' Scoop Show. We will see you then, noon Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for joining me today.